We'll continue cleaning up the front of the car whilst we're waiting for our new set of wishbones to arrive. Let's start with some of this suspension. Okay, I know I've just put the anti-roll bar back on, but I think what we're going to try to do, I'm going to leave the top half for now. I'm going to try taking off the bottom half of this suspension, so this holding bracket, whatever it's called, the spring, this bar across at the back. So if we can take all of that off, then clean it up and put it back on, it will look nice, hopefully. So process for this will be to get another stand under the cross member to give me some strength. I'll take this off. I shall use a jack to compress that spring a little bit, and once I'm confident that is secure, we will start taking off some of these. Now, is there meant to be a fourth one here? No, surely not. That must be just, it goes in with the anti-roll bar. We'll take these nuts off. We should then be able to knock the bolts out, and then slowly lower down the spring to remove the spring. And once that is out, we can take off this at the back and the one at the front here. The two at the back, one at the front, I think, just. I suspect this one goes all the way through. And then we can clean those up and try to get it all looking nice. Right, quick change of plan. What we're going to do is we're going to take it off from the top. So we'll undo the tie rod. We'll get a jack underneath the spring, and then we're going to remove that castellated nut there, and loosen off this nut here, and we're going to bend down or twist down the kingpin or wheel bearing, whatever it's called, and that will allow us to remove the spring. We can then take the jack out of the way, and we can then take the rest of that subframe or whatever it's called, but the underneath of the suspension, we can take it all off then. So we'll set up we'll try to record this. At the moment I'm having to hold the light with my left hand and the camera with my right. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to get the light in on this side, but we'll try to do a time lapse as we're going. Well, as you can see, I've not been able to shift that bolt out. I've given it a good whack. It's not moving at all, so we'll spray in some penetrating oil, stuff I've used before, and maybe I need to hit it a bit harder, I don't know. But what we'll do is we'll spray something in there, and then we'll give it an hour and try again. And whilst we're doing that, I might go around and put some copper grease on a couple of the bolts that I did on the anti-roll bar, just for longer term. Well, as you saw, I couldn't shift that top fulcrum nut, bolt rather, so I put it back together. as you can see, put a pin in it and decided to tackle the bottom instead, and we can see we got that one coming out. So I'm just going to put back onto time lapse, take it out the rest of the way, and then lower it down and go from there. Okay, so I'm going to try to take this out now, which is going to take a bit of a bang to get it the rest of the way. I don't think I've put this on time lapse. Okay, I've got the bolts off on the lower wishbone of both sides, but I realise I don't know how I then get the wishbone out, because it just goes all the way through. So I suspect actually what I need to do is take these 4 bolts off, one here, one on the other side, and then over here as well. And I think that would then drop this down, which seems to make sense. I mean, those rubbers are in dreadful state and need dealing with, but I wasn't planning to do that at this stage. We'll see. So what we going to do? Well, we want to get that off. Once we've got that off, we can have another look and see if I can work out how it comes out. So when I say they're in a dreadful state, look at that one. So yeah, so I think we'll take these off now, and it's so hard to get a camera angle in there. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to take it off. Okay, so we've got it all off. We've got dinner soon though. So these are well rusted in, so we've given them a squirt. We will leave that overnight. We've got all of our bolts and stuff over here, and so tomorrow it's going to be about getting that off, cleaning up, and seeing if I can work out how these come off. Because right now I don't know. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, so if anyone from my family is watching and feeling very generous, I need parts cleaning cabinet and a sandblasting cabinet, because this is going to take me months. So I got everything apart. Here's one arm. One arm is over here soaking in evaporust stuff, and I ended up having to cut off one of the 1/2-inch bolts, so I need to order that. These just slide off. Let's go that side. So the wishbones and this side. Anyway, goes one side. It's that way around, isn't it? That's better. So the wishbones slide off. The rubbers were wrecked, so I've ordered new of those. I'm going to have to order a 1/2-inch. And what I've been doing is to try cleaning them up. I start with scraping as much dirt off as I can with that. Then I progress on to the corners with this. Then I use some hand 60 grit sandpaper to get it down. And then I'm sticking it in here to soak. These have been soaking overnight, so you can, those might move not, but some of these have been soaking overnight, so you can see it gets a lot of it out. So we'll do that. And so here's one I haven't sanded yet. So we'll do that to try to get it as clean as we can, and see what we need to do to finish it off. So we're trying to clean it up. Once we've cleaned it all up, I think I'm going to go back, and since I'm doing effectively all of the suspension now, I'm going to get it back under and try to get that top one out. I think. Might change my plan by the time I get there, but that's what I'm thinking, because I've ordered new bushes now for the front, so I might as well do it all in one go. But I don't know how long it's going to take me to clean. Okay, so it's loose on this side, but not on this side. So if you have a look, we can see it moves across the screw there, but over this side I can't. You know, it's the kingpin that moves rather than this arm here. So, but this side you can see we get quite a lot of movement. I don't know if I keep losing that, so let's try one more time just to make sure. Movement there, not here. Right, so this side is loose, this not. I've completely wrecked this trying to get it out. If you take a look at that, where is it there? It's just flattened off at the end now, really ruined it. So I'm going to have to replace that. I just don't understand why it's so stiff and why I can't get it. I mean, I've hit it hard to do that. You know, this must be, well, I don't know why it's in like that, unless I'm completely missing something, but, you know, the rubbers are gone and, you know, this all moves freely. Okay, so it's not stuck in the middle there. We've seen it's not stuck here, so it's, I mean, it's as if it's welded in on this side. God, I hope it's not welded in on this side. No, so, you know, it's not, I mean, this is meant to be, you know, lined up with the edge there, and it's not quite, but I wouldn't have thought that would make such a difference. So, so we're going to stop, all right, because when I start damaging things like that, it's time for me to stop, otherwise I'll do even more damage. And we're going to think. By the time I'm finished in here, I might have had to replace the whole of this side. We'll see. Okay, I couldn't get this out, so I ended up cutting, first of all along this side, and then along this side. So this side I cut. Now I don't know if me cutting it made that expand, which is possible, but I do know that me whacking this end, no, in fact, it must be shaped like that so that it doesn't go too far or something. I don't know. Anyway, but what I do know is that me whacking it so much at this end means it won't come out. So I'm going to have to cut that again to get that side off. This side, still not moving at all. So I'm going to have a little think about what to do there. And then down here, here we go. Okay, so these are, well, I haven't really tried yet, but this is well jammed in there. So we're going to have to try to get this out. So we're going to start by trying to get these bits out and then see where we are with it all. So yeah, and then we'll maybe look at the other side as well. I have recently, as in a couple of days ago, I got a new set of, let me go up to it. I got a completely new set of tap and dies. I decided to splurge and get a decent set, and I then went and tapped or dyed, whichever one it is, this one here to make sure I was, there we go, and you can see that screwing on. Alright, so I did this to make sure I had a certain size, see what it was. I now know what I should order in terms of size for a replacement. So I need a female, which is 9/16 NF18, which if I look at it on here, it shows it to also be a 16 by 1.5 as a metric version. So I had a look for what are 16 by 1.5, and the Jaguar X-Type uses that. So at some point tonight probably I'm going to order a couple of Jag X-Type ends, track rod ends, and we will try fitting those on there, because that seems to be what fits. So that is the next step. If someone now tells me, well, that's what MG takes as well, then I don't know why the ones that came through didn't fit, but they certainly didn't. So there we are. Okay, finally got this out, and I would like to thank Paul, Steve, Carsten and Gareth for the advice they gave me. Final approach, and it came out very easy once I did this, was I used this on the end here, an old cut off bit of screw on the other side, and it pushed it out very easily, very quickly, without any problems whatsoever. So good lesson for me. Now that I've got this off, I'll clean it up. I don't know how to tell how much pressure it should have, and I wondered if anyone can give me advice or look at a video. I will have a look on University Motors, but it seems it goes up to there and then it seems to move quite, oh, I guess if you pump it a bit it changes. But so the other bit I wanted to show is that I'm just painting up the bits. I got them cleaned of all the gunk and stuff, but I haven't really been able to get as much of the rust off as I would like, so there's still surface rust on there. So I'm using Hammerite, which is a direct to rust paint initially, and then I will spray over the top of that. I'm going to stop the video here, but I'm also going to I've ordered, so today's Friday, I've ordered the parts to do all of the front suspension bushes. So over the weekend I plan to take off the passenger side, clean that up as well, and paint that, and hopefully be in a position, as long as nothing's broken, to put it all back together after that.